What's up, everybody? Happy Sunday. Hope everybody is doing good on this beautiful, wonderful Sunday morning. Welcome to the Queen Mimi Podcast, where we explore the power of positivity, motivation, and resilience. Hosted by yours truly, Queen Mimi, a musician and advocate who has overcome significant challenges like the one we're going to be talking about today. This podcast delves into important topics like mental health, domestic violence awareness, which we will be talking about today, and of course, personal growth. Each episode features heartfelt conversations with guests and, of course, by ourselves who share their stories of struggle and triumph, offering insights and inspiration through candid discussions and personal anecdotes. The Queen Mimi podcast aims to empower listeners to overcome obstacles and lead fulfilling lives. So we hope you join us on our journey of healing, hope, and transformation inspired by real life experiences and expert advice. Okay, now we got that out the way. We hope that everybody is staying safe, of course, staying blessed, taking care of yourself out there. Y'all know we've been doing the usual, working out here, getting this money, keeping our positive, mental, physical, everything in check. So, like we said, no complaints. The Lord's the greatest, and we are doing very, very good. We're gonna get out here and get to work today, do a little self-care, and we're gonna enjoy our day. So with all that being said, as you guys can already see in the topic, we're talking about domestic violence awareness this month. And this is a topic that is very important and very personal to us because we are still dealing, and we're not ashamed to say that, with the aftermath of all domestic violence situations we have been in. You know, being with the wrong people, thinking we in love, they're going to protect us and love us, but you just under no circumstance hurt somebody physically, mentally, emotionally that you say you love. And we know no one is perfect. We don't say just leave a relationship because things get bad or they're not who you thought they was, but we would never ever tell anybody if you're being abused in any way, shape, or form, that's leave. That person is showing you they don't love you, they don't care about you, they just want whatever benefit, whatever good comes with you, but it's something in them. And we need all women to hear this. It's something in them. We always blame ourselves. We like look back on the situation like, what could I have like not said, or I shouldn't have said nothing, or I made them do it, or the classic one, it's my fault, which like causes a lot of women to not really speak up. And unfortunately, we one of the lucky ones. We read a book when we was in Florida. We was going through a domestic violence situation at the time, and it was a book of women that unfortunately were unalived by the hands of their abusers. That's what they call them, which is what they are. And we wrote a letter about our struggle and our triumph and how we overcame it. But what did we do? We still went back. At that time, we felt so strong and empowered and like, I got this. I'm going to move on. And we did the classic, but I love him. It's my fault. I probably shouldn't have said, I probably shouldn't have did. When we have to realize you don't have any control over that person. Anybody should have enough strength to walk away when somebody is putting their hands on them. But a lot of times, and we know that's easier said than done, especially when it's something that's familiar to you. We saw a lot of it growing up in our family. And of course, in our brain, we like, this is love. This is normal. You're supposed to fight and make up, fight and make up. You're supposed to break up and make up. No. Especially when you have been with somebody for a long period of time, y'all not going to always see eye to eye. Things in no way, shape, or form are not going to always be perfect. We don't care if you have everything you want in the world. And we all know people have different things they desire. But we don't care if you have everything you want in the world. Things will still not always be perfect. That person you're with, male or female, they are nowhere near perfect. We never claimed to be. We never expected the people in our past to be, but what we didn't expect was to be abused. That's what we didn't expect. And, our retaliation was like, it didn't help. Do we feel like we was right? Like, yeah, we have every right to defend ourselves. So we fought back. Did we always win? No. But it is what it is. We just not one of them women, and we're not judging nobody because a lot of times you're afraid to hit back because of retaliation. You don't know what that man gonna do. He might unalive you. He may even do more, cause more pain, towards you, physically, emotionally, and mentally. We know for us, we don't know about anybody else, but we know for us, like, it still stays in your brain. We know the scars are healed. Sometimes you gotta go to therapy and you gotta get away from that person and get some help. There are resources out there for anybody that hears this in your state. Just look it up. If you know somebody, please just don't ignore it like it's a country western song, like it's gonna work itself out and all that. It's gonna either end up one or two ways. And we know there's a lot of men and women sitting behind bars right now because of this. They couldn't control their emotions, which you're not supposed to have. They didn't stop and think for 2 seconds. We did our best to walk away. We was like antagonized and just irritated, and it was done on purpose just to get a reaction. And that's why we say ours was like not helpful, because we promised y'all everything we love, the best effort. Like this one time we got into a situation, we actually went and slept in the other room, and our abuser at that time came in and started antagonizing us. We like, bro, you see me, I'm laying down, I'm trying to diffuse what's going on. But like we said, you can't control other people, and that's what led to it. A full out fight all over the damn house. We like, are you serious right now? We tried, y'all. And then, of course, we got blamed. But we know you can't. It's not your fault. It's something in them, even if they've never done it a day in their life. Never. It can always happen. You just gotta bring out the worst in that person. And that is absolutely, under any condition, we don't care where you live in, your lifestyle, whatever, it's not acceptable. It's not okay. And it's not your fault. We will say it is, like it was ours, when we kept going back, leaving, going back, leaving. We knew, but we had that false hope, keyword false, that we had in our head. It wasn't them. We put it in our head that they gonna change, they gonna love us, they gonna see, we ride for them, we going through the trenches with them, we going through everything. They gonna do a turnaround. They're gonna do a whole 360, and it's gonna be happily ever after. Wrong. No, that's only in the movies. And we wish a lot more was more realistic. We see people go through things on these TV shows and movies, but that's exactly what they are. It's whole fantasy. And you have to go through hell to have heaven. You really don't. And we wish we knew that a long time ago. A lot of relationships, we could have avoided. A lot of pain, a lot of drama, we could have avoided. And a lot of trauma we could have avoided. And we cannot say that enough. We cannot say that enough. But that we did have to blame ourselves for. We had to, because we knew a whole lot better. We were a lot stronger. We are a lot stronger than what we give ourselves credit for. And at that time, we felt that we were weak and we didn't have a backbone. And we were wrong. One of the hardest things we had to deal with going through, and it's been more than one time, was being blamed. Like it was our fault. Like we asked for it. And that was one of the things that made us go back. guilt. Because we like, maybe it was. We didn't exactly act in our right mind, although it was in self-defense. We should have stood on our business and been like, no, you cannot do this to me. You don't get to hurt me. You don't get to abuse me. I'm not your property. I'm not something that you own. You can just beat on. But we didn't. And that, we can't say enough, was our fault. We didn't have enough of a backbone. We didn't think that we were strong enough at the time. We were wrong. We were wrong. And eventually we did end everything. Got retaliation after that, but like we said, what can we do? We were labeled the monster, the bad guy, the antagonizer, the abuser. We know what really happened. Allah knows what really happened. So we had to get to a point where we just not finna defend ourselves anymore. We know what happened. And people are going to believe what they want to believe. And nothing we can do about it. But absolutely, we had to realize at some point that we don't have control over these people, and it's not our fault. The only thing, and we're going to keep saying this every time we talk about this, is we should have left and stayed gone. But guess we had to learn. And eventually, we got tired. So to anybody that's going through that, just be there for them or whatever. Don't judge them because you don't know what's going on behind closed doors. But you'll get tired. We know we did. We got tired of being a punching bag, of a doormat, just a slave, basically. And then still be told we didn't do enough. We like, huh? Apparently they do this everywhere. Stupidity and ignorance, and people that have done that to you, they still till this day will not feel like they did anything wrong, that you deserved it. Wrong. You did not. We didn't. Somebody says they love you, they're supposed to protect you. Yes, even with their life, not put you in harm's way. Nobody that loves you will ever, ever do that. And you have to be strong enough and wise enough. And some of us, with the environment we grew up in, like we said, it seems familiar. It feels familiar. So you don't really think there's anything else out there. But there is someone out there that will be faithful and love you, build a team. Y'all get money together. You can be yourself around. Find the male version of you. Fellas, find the female version of you. Y'all gonna go through things. You're gonna have your ups and downs. And if it don't work out, it's still other people out there that will love you. We've had relationships that have ended on good terms. And to some people, we're checking, hey, everything good, so on and so forth. A lot of people we never wish to see again, because we are grown and we know exactly what we do to others. And there's something in them we don't know what. Take that back. Lack of love for yourself. You don't have the truth and the knowledge of who you really are. So how in the hell can you love somebody else? We almost slipped up on that. That's exactly what it is. I don't love myself. I'm not happy. So I'm going to just go out here and spread it instead of doing, searching within and finding and figuring out what makes us happy, who we are, what likes, dislikes, what we want to do in our life, what path we want to follow. We take all that energy and put it into a negative spot. We guilty of that. But now we're doing the opposite. A lot of things have fallen through that we have been trying to do and we've been working on, but that's okay. That's okay. We're not worried about that, because what's meant for us is going to happen. And when we don't really lose anything, we don't feel we do. But when that happens, we find another avenue, find another way to get it done. We focused on this years ago. We don't think it would have been with anybody. But we were so focused on them and making them happy and being there for them, supporting and hosting and doing all this crap. And the whole entire time we was just being used and abused and lied to. And we know so many women have gone through that. So many are going through that. And they just scared to death, like literally. That will isolate you from people. You're an abuser. And you don't talk to anybody. We went through all that. It's like they were waiting on us to mess up or cheat or catch us doing something wrong. And when people do that, that means they got something to hide. And like we said, we're not saying our track record clean. We're not saying we perfect. We made our mistakes. But we were not who they were trying to make us out to be. And we still not. We actually believed that crap, like we were worthless, like we wasn't good enough. Like, man, get out of here. After everything we done been through, no. We had to literally pull our own self up by our damn bootstraps. Pull ourselves out of the darkest, and we mean the darkest of situations where we did try to unalive ourselves. Sitting here worrying so much and caring so much, and people didn't give not one damn about us. People don't even hit us up now unless they need money or something. And we not an ATM. We have things we're gonna get done in our life. We got a whole list. We know we got work to do. And like we said, that's it. We're not doing that. No more. We 39 years old. Been a few years since our last incident, if you will. And we made a promise we will never allow that to happen again. So we had to get stronger, wiser, faster, better, stay a couple steps ahead, have a plan B, because we meant what we said. We're going to cut people off. We done. Never again will we be a comedy show for you. Never again will we be worthless to ourselves or feel horrible about ourselves. If that thought so much as pop up, immediately replace it with a good thought. You're doing everything you can. Your past is done. It was not you. Yes, you made your mistakes. Yes, you messed up, but you are not a monster. You are not a bad person. You are not a mistake. Allah still don't have you here for nothing. And do we feel like life is unfair? Pretty sure a lot of people do, yeah. Do we feel like we're being treated right even where we live and we go out here in this little evil world? No. But just like our past and the people we dealt with, ain't nothing we can do about it. We can only control us. No shot to anybody, but we can only control us. And we just got sick and tired of being sick and tired. We can keep saying that over and over and over. We gotta make a change. It's not working. You a queen. You are not meant to be abused by people that don't appreciate you and they don't value you and respect you. But you have to have that within yourself. And that's what we had to find. We had to go through a whole lot of hell to find it. And we already said, never again. We're not going through that no more. Hard to pull yourself out of that. It's very hard. And people have no idea journey and all the crap you have to go through just to get there. They talk, they judge, think they have all the answers. They know more than you. They better than you. Where the hell you get off? Like you ain't never made no mistake ever in your life. Like you've been perfect your whole life. You don't. But what do we know? So, like we said, you guys, it's a journey. Some are longer than others. And some women take longer to grow, to erase that from their memory, to get back to the person they were before they even fell in. No, we can say fell in love before they was infatuated with you. But what we decided to do is change, grow, and evolve. Honestly, and you can say we holding a grudge. We don't even care. We will never forgive our abusers. Never. Especially, we were never showing any grace, any mercy, any appreciation. We were beautiful, sexy, none of that. We will never forgive because you knew what you did. It was premeditated. You thought it was going to damage us, destroy us. We weren't going to want to live. We weren't going to survive without you. You're not air, so we can breathe and live without you, and so can you. And we weren't going to be better. No, keep going through that. Go back to that. Nah, we good. We good. We done learned our lesson. be our own best friend, accept who we are, a beautifully flawed mess. When I said that a million times on this show, nope, we're good. Enough is enough. And that's the point we at in our life. We don't know where our path gonna lead us or where our lives gonna take us, but we just gonna be along for the ride as long as we on the right side, and we are now. So we are very, very proud of ourselves. Anybody that came out of it, we are very, very proud of you as well. If you haven't, it's okay. You will, and you can, because you are stronger than you think. Don't let this world pull you into a little fantasy of who they feel you should be. You can get out of it. That's not it, and there's more out here for you. So believe that within yourself. So, okay, you guys, what we're going to do is we're going to take a break and we're going to play some music. And when we come back, we're going to talk about a few barriers that we pretty sure all of us are familiar with when the difficulty of women speaking up about domestic violence and some of the barriers that they face, the issues that they deal with. A lot of these we done dealt with, so we can definitely wait. So we're going to play some music, and we'll be back on the Queen Mimi podcast on our Sunday Positivity Talk, y'all. All right, y'all, and just like that, we are back on the Queen Mimi podcast on another edition of our Sunday Positivity Talk. And like we said before the break, you guys, we're going to talk about a few barriers that women face when speaking up about domestic violence, which we all know can make it very, very difficult. We know from experience to seek help or even share an experience with anybody. So the first one we have is one we very, very familiar with, fear of retaliation. Many women fear that the abuser may retaliate with further violence if they speak up, because abusers often threaten to harm them or unalive them, their children, or even their loved ones. That means their family, if they tell anybody about what they're going through. And that's just a true definition of narcissism right there. And I want to be evil and hurt you, but I don't want nobody to know. I don't want you to seek help because I want you right here. I want you to suffer because I'm suffering. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I don't want nobody to know. And they interfere and try to take you away from me like that. If I can't have you, nobody can. Yeah, them type people. Yeah. So you try to retaliate. That's why we say if you have to do that, just if you can move in silence. Like if you're able to get away, get to a safe spot that they don't know you live at. You can call the police and get out there safely, let them know what's going on. Get your kids out of there. Do that. Because a lot of times women do try to leave and unfortunately are unalive by their partner, someone that's supposed to love them. Number 2, financial dependence. Abusive partners often control financial resources, making it difficult for women to leave without risking poverty or homelessness. This dependence can make the idea of leaving feel nearly impossible. And a lot of women that don't work experience something like that. Even some that do, that person will control you to the point where you lose your job. So now you gotta depend on them for finances, and if you leave, you ain't gonna have no money because they're controlling all of it. Honestly, honey, take the risk. It ain't even that serious. It's not that deep. Take the risk. You can bounce back. You can rebuild. We can't tell you how many times we done did. We done bounced from here to there. You still working. You able. Do that and do what you got to do. You can do that. That's just their way of controlling, trying to keep you under their thumb, and they working on and doing real good because in their brain you weak. Because you ain't fighting back. You just dealing and putting up with it. You know what I'm saying? You weak to them. So you ain't never gonna figure out how to stand on your own and survive without them. So why would you need them? Why would you leave? Why would you even try to stand on your own and do anything on your own? You know what I'm saying? So they control all that to the point where you're gonna have no choice but to rely on them. And if you try to go do something else on your own, they're gonna be right there every step of the way, doing everything they can to stop you from doing that. Real talk. Number 3, social stigma and shame. Something we talked about in the first segment. Society often places blame on the victim, asking why she stayed rather than why the abuser acted violently. People always ask the wrong questions like, why didn't you just leave? Or why didn't you just, where were you at? People don't understand, like for real, this is easier said than done. A lot of people, they won't let you leave. They won't let you. I have tried. He won't let me. Why don't you help me while you asking me all these questions? Because if you ain't about to help me, ain't no need for us to be talking right now. You know what I'm saying? They place a judgment on the woman, so now she feels ashamed or embarrassed and worried that she's going to be judged. That's why a lot of women, they're afraid to speak up, and the abuser don't want them to speak up. They don't want nobody to know. I don't want nobody to know I'm evil. Why would I want somebody to know that? I'm supposed to love you and protect you, and I'm doing the opposite. Why would I want anybody to know that? We have shame and embarrassment when you shouldn't be abusing them in the first place. And no, they should not be there putting up with it. But don't judge them. You don't know what they're dealing with. You don't know what they're going through. And you don't know if you would ever end up in that situation. You would want somebody to show you sympathy and be there for you. But no, we just judge. Why didn't they just? I wouldn't have, or I'll never. Don't ever say never. You don't never know if you're gonna end up in that situation. That's what we always said. Why don't she just leave? Why don't she just then we became the she we was talking about. There's so many reasons why women do it. And we know. Number 4, isolation. Similar to the other one we talked about. Abusers frequently isolate their victims from friends and family, making it harder for women to reach out for support. And along with controlling finances, they even take your cell phone, control who you talking to. A lot of times you call, he answering the phone, something wrong. Oh yeah, she busy right now. She be saying right there, not doing nothing. Oh yeah, she in the shower. Yeah, she doing. And don't ever call them back. Don't ever do nothing. They turn their cell phone service off. So they have no way to contact nobody. And then that person feels like they're alone and they ain't got nobody to turn to. And It's his fault because he done isolated you. He don't want nobody to have contact with you because he know eventually they're going to find out what's going on and they're going to take you away from him to something better. And they know in the back of their head is somebody out there that can be treating her better than me. I don't want her to find it. And that's why some people get to the point where they unalive their partner because if I can't have you, nobody can. So now she's gone. You're in jail or prison. And if y'all have kids together, they're probably going to be with relatives. So you done jacked up the whole family because of your own selfish needs and you couldn't control your anger. Yeah, that makes a whole lot of sense to us. Number 5, psychological manipulation. Dealt with this too. Emotional abuse, gaslighting, and manipulation are our favorite. Can leave women doubting their own perceptions and feeling powerless. Many abusers convince their victim that they are to blame, making it difficult for them to see the abuse for what it is. Gonna read that last part again. Many abusers convince their victims that they are to blame. Did you hear what we just said? Instead of owning up and saying, I'm bogus, I'm just treating you horribly, they make you feel like you're the problem. And that's got to be, well, it's neck and neck with physical abuse to us because that's, you messing with somebody's mind, their mental state. Do you know how long it's going to take for that person to get that out of their head? They go to the next relationship and somebody starts treating them like they deserve, they ain't going to know what to do because they're not used to it. It's going to feel so off and so awkward to them that somebody's actually protecting them, that they can breathe and feel safe and they can, go here and there and do what they want, spend their own money, work, don't work, whatever. They're not going to be used to it. And it's going to make it difficult, very difficult, for them to see you for who you are, the abuser. Because they're going to feel like what we said in the first segment. Well, maybe I shouldn't have, or I shouldn't have made him mad, or it's my fault, or one of the favors we done heard, he had a long day. Well, he was just tired. So, what, 11, 12 hours, all that crap, you don't say that's not a reason. That's just something they can use to hide behind. And then, well, if you had made me, you can't make nobody do nothing. If you had made me, oh my God, we don't have control over you. You chose to do what you did because you didn't know how to handle it emotionally and mentally. You didn't take a step back for a second and be, wait, I said I love her. You know what? I'm going to just walk away right now. I'm going to let her cool down. I'm going to cool down. And then we're going to come back and talk, which would be too much like doing right. But no, you didn't know how to handle that or deal with it. A real person being there for you and helping you. So, you handled it the wrong way, the complete wrong way. And then you gaslighting them, emotionally abusing them, and messing with their head. Like, there's nothing wrong with them. They didn't ask for that. They didn't deserve it. There's something wrong with you, whatever you saw, went through growing up, but it has nothing to do with them. You are to blame. So, ladies, for anybody that's going through that, I don't know if you're going to hear this, whatever, we have been there. And we believed that for a while. Like, well, maybe it was our fault. Maybe we should. No, we don't care what we did. We didn't deserve that. No. And that's why we said we would never speak to them again because nobody till this day has held themselves accountable for what they did to us. It was always our fault. We don't have control over you. We don't care what we said. If you can't walk away, just don't be with us. That's not love. It's not your fault. You are not to blame. It's them. And unfortunately, it's going to take something drastic for them to see, okay, I need some help. We're saying we wouldn't recommend staying with nobody for years. We know a friend of ours we went to school with. She was with, we went to school with her and the dude that was abusing her. We're saying they married now. Guess everything, calmed down or whatever. But yeah, for a while he was abusing her. And we hadn't talked in so long, we didn't know what was going on with. We just seen different posts on her social media. So that's how we knew they were still together. And we just like, yeah, you are a whole lot better than us. We stayed around for years, but we couldn't do it. We couldn't do it. Yeah, we saying it. Never again. It's going on for years and years. That person is not trying to change. It's going to come out eventually. So like we said, we don't judge nobody for whatever decision they made. Just make sure you're sure of it. You know what we're saying? Abuse, that's what it is, abuse. That's not love. And we can't say that enough. Somebody that loves you is never gonna harm you. They're gonna keep it real with you. They're gonna have to come down on you, but it's gonna be out of love. You know what we're saying? Not to control you or whatever. Because everybody's going, they can do whatever the hell they want. You know what we're saying? But yeah, somebody's gonna make you better than you ever have been. That's somebody that's gonna love you, give you the truth and the knowledge of who you really are and where you come from. You know what we're saying? So that's it for that one. Number 6, cultural or religious beliefs. In some communities, cultural or religious beliefs discourage women from leaving their marriages or reporting abuse. These beliefs can reinforce the idea that they must endure the abuse to uphold family honor or fulfill their marital duties. Bull. We know for a fact in Islam that's not permitted. You can be thrown out the mosque for that. Seriously, and you can be barred and not be able to come back. That's not permitted in Islam. Not familiar with other ones. Only other religion we're familiar with is Christianity. That goes on a lot, and not saying it doesn't go on in Islam, but that does happen a lot in Christianity as well. But honestly, we don't care about any of that. Leave. Let people talk about you. Let them shame you. Honestly, it's better than you getting dead or you being unalive. Leave. Everybody gonna judge. They gonna run their mouth. We know we've been through it. This is your life. And we're not saying nothing against anybody's religion. We're not saying anything against anybody's religion. We don't even care which one you follow. Ain't even about that right now. If you're going through that, leave. Forget that. It's better than you dying by the hands of somebody that's supposed to love you and protect you. Leave. If you gotta do it in silence, don't tell nobody for a while or whatever. Disappear, get yourself together, then pop back out. Cool. Just make sure that person don't know where you at. That's all we say. Do that if you have to. You ain't got to tell nobody you live. Don't care if you got kids with them or not. Put them in school. Do whatever you got to do. Bam. Make sure that person don't know where you at till you ready. Then if you got to, say whether it was stay in order. Do they know where you are? No, but I still need some protection. Don't go back to that side of town. Don't even do it. Take you some time for you, whatever you got to do, but leave. Like I said, we ain't saying nothing against nobody's religion, and we know that goes on, but you should not be living that life. No, absolutely not. So we got to disagree with that. Number 7, they fear for their children. Women may worry about the impact on their children, fearing they will lose custody or put their children at risk by speaking out. Many also worry about the trauma their children might experience from leaving an abusive home. That we have been through. And we have 4 kids of our own, and we was threatened with all that. You know what I'm saying? So we know exactly, we can relate to this fully. And it can have an impact on your kids. We always spoke about the impact it had on us, and we thought that was normal and that was love, and that's why I'm supposed to love you and protect you. We even went through that. So of course, that generational curse, we all familiar with it. You know what I'm saying? We see our mom argue, we see her be an alcoholic, or she doing crack or weed or whatever, going to the club, have multiple baby daddies. Hello. Hello. We think it's normal. To be married, divorced, break up, make up, break up, make up. You see that, you think it's normal. You think that's love because they don't teach you otherwise. You know what we're saying? So you don't know otherwise. You don't know no better. You know what I'm saying? You're not. And, when the kids experience that and they leave an abusive place, we were in Hubbard House when we were in Florida. We cannot give the location or disclose that at all. So we want to let everybody know that. But it's one in Jacksonville, Florida. And we were there with our kids, and we've seen it. Like a lot of kids, they experience that. They're not necessarily abused, but just watching it can have a traumatic experience on them. And they think that's normal. But when they get in an environment where they can relax and be peaceful, they don't know what to do at first. They're uncomfortable. They're very withdrawn. They're very antisocial. They're very quiet. They're afraid of speaking up or asking for something because they think they're going to get in trouble. Ask us how we know. Us going into foster homes, same way. It took us a couple of days. We was in our room because we didn't know y'all. I said, we just came up in here. But I went to be, hey, how you doing? Welcome, this kitchen. Show us around, show us where our room at. Ask. We promise you we ain't lying. We ain't lying at all. But yeah, it unfortunately can have an impact on the children. And that's something we don't think any woman means to put her kids through. Sometimes, a lot of times, we do the best with our situation, especially when we don't have any other resources or we feel like we're alone and we don't really have anybody to talk to. You know what we're saying? We do that. We'll put them at risk because the man might have money or he taking care of you or whatever. It still don't give anybody any right to abuse you, and we never mean to. And people judge you on that too. You got kids, you exposing them kids to blah blah blah. You know how many times we was fussed at? Like, you don't know or understand what we're going through right now. That's the phase when we was working on explaining ourselves to people and defending ourselves. Now we just like, y'all don't even have it together. I don't dance to you. You don't approve of our choices of what we did? Cool. It's already done anyway. So ain't like we can go back. See what we're saying? It's not like we can go back. But, we would say you got to take your chance with that too. Explain to the kids. Sit down and talk to them. If you have to, and tell them this is not normal. It's not love. We did that a few times with our kids. You know what we're saying? And we had to let them know when they fought, it wasn't anything that they did. We blamed ourselves for putting them in that, of course, like any mom would. But, we never meant to. We know a lot of women don't. That's why we don't judge. You're a mother just like we are. You made the decision with whatever cards you was dealt with, just like we did. So, you come out of it. That's all we care about. Because you can come out of it. You are not your past. You are not your mistakes. You are who you are today. So it's up to you. That's why we say leave if you have to. We encourage it. You can be better. You can be better. Don't let anybody tell you that you can't. We don't care how ugly it is, and we have an ugly past. We do, but you can come out of it. You can be better. Number 8, lack of faith in the legal system. Some we experience as well. Many women feel that the legal system may not protect them or take their claims seriously. Experiences of other victims who weren't believed or who face legal setbacks can deter women from seeking help. I think that explains itself. Unless you have like actual bruises or a police report, even then they're not going to take you serious. And a lot of times women get these restraining orders, the abusers still show up and unalive them because now they pissed off. So now I can't come around. It's like they don't get the damage they cause and they just don't care. You abusing the woman. You're upset when she leaves. Then you're upset because you can't come around her or your kids. So your only reaction is, let me just go unalive everybody because I'm mad. Now you sitting in jail make that make sense. If somebody doesn't want to be with you, maybe take a look at yourself and see where you may have failed or what you could have done better. Instead of getting mad at them and they done with you, they done. Move on. If you gotta take some classes or whatever, some anger management, take it. You gotta find something a positive outlet to put, your energy into. Do that. But there's so many other ways, and people don't think that you can handle situations like this. Somebody don't want to deal with you, that's probably on you. Move on. You can do that. It's okay. Take that L, keep it moving. Just keep a thought in your head. Okay, well, I'm gonna do this different next time. I'm gonna be more patient, whatever the case may be. But it ain't the end of the world. Move on. And the last one, you guys, hope for change. Spoke about this already. Some women hold on to hope that their partner will change, especially if they have been periods of remorse or promises to improve. That's the number one. Because they're going to come back, baby. I'm sorry. They're going to buy you something. They're going to wine and dine and make you feel good. Y'all going to make love or whatever. Or, baby, I ain't going to do this no more. And then it calm down for a minute. Then that one little thing triggered them again or something happened. It starts back up. Then it calms down. It starts back up, a whole cycle of abuse where violence is followed by apologies and affection can create confusion and prevent women from leaving because we thinking in our head, oh, okay, so you do see what you're doing to me. You see that you hurting me. Okay, I'ma stay, babe. Just because you said I'm sorry. You ain't took no classes, did nothing to show me you're going to change. You just apologize and went and bought something because you know I like nice things, especially when you come from nothing. You broke and you marry somebody and then they turn out to be an abuser. Yeah, you're not going to leave. Leave this lifestyle? At least I'm living in the mansion. I'm living in the house. Yeah, but you're still being abused, though. Is that really worth it? If you were smart, some of that money he give you, put it up and then bounce. Like we said, just don't make sure they don't know where you at. But yes, they know you well enough to do this because you gave them the blueprint on how to treat you. So they know I can cheat, I can abuse you, I can lie to you, I can manipulate you, and I'm gonna come back and apologize. Sometimes buy some, a lot of times if they able. I'm gonna promise I'm gonna do this. They're gonna be on their best behavior for about 6 months. We give it 6 months. Then they're gonna be back to their old habits again. Then you're gonna be like, here we go. I thought you had changed. Did he take any classes? Did he, go seek any counseling? Did he do any of them steps to show you he's changed? Then why do you think he changed? You're just not in his life. You about to leave. So now it's getting real. Somebody else gonna have her. Let me pull her back temporarily. Let me make her feel good temporarily. You know what we're saying? And it's gonna confuse the hell out of it. It's gonna be like a Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde type situation. You know what we're saying? They're good one minute, then they're evil the next. They're good one minute, then they're evil the next, just to trick you and manipulate you. You know what we're saying? And it's crazy. So you have to really know the difference. Check out the pattern. Pay attention to it. Oh, okay, I see what you're doing. And some women will catch on eventually, and then they're gone. Some women, it takes longer, but as long as you catch on and get the hell out, that's all we care about. Your life matters. You matter. So the people that don't treat your life like matters, get rid of them. We don't care who they are. We don't care. It's not right. Understanding these challenges is very, very important for creating a safe space where women feel like they can be supported and feel empowered to even speak up. You know what we're saying? And that's how a lot of people do not make these women feel. Like they're empowered, like they can speak up, like they're strong and they can defend and protect themselves. They judge, criticize, and ridicule. And we be like, we hope you don't ever have to experience what we went through. You want to make it. You want to make it. You tap out within 24 hours if you make it that long. So people done judge us on our choices and had their little say so. Everybody got an opinion like they got a booty hole, but you haven't walked in our shoes. So forget you. Will we change anything that we've done? No. Because it's honestly gotten us to Islam. It's gotten us to peace, accepting ourselves, loving ourselves, and going through all of that. We went through it for a reason. No matter how ugly it got, we went through it for a reason. And we are still here. We are still surviving and we thriving. So what we're going to do, y'all, is we're going to go ahead and go straight into all our social media, you guys. We're going to wrap up, play some more music. We're going to get out of here. We got to wash his head. And then we got to get out here and get to work, you guys. We had us a little vacay over the past couple of days. So, yeah, it's time to get out here. We got to continue to take care of business no matter what. And it's going to be time to get out here and get to work. So first and foremost, you guys, you can go check us out over on our Facebook page, Manima Muhammad, and of course our other Facebook page, the Queen Candy Podcast as well, you guys. We got that right there on the screen, so you can spell that correctly, so on and so forth. We know it can be a little difficult and crazy to spell, but there you go. And Queen Candy Podcast, you can follow us over there as well, you guys. And also you can follow us on our YouTube page. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, y'all. The Queen Mimi Podcast. You always see right there on the screen. And of course, you can follow us over on our Instagram, which is the Queen Mimi Podcast as well. As you can see, we do our live stream every single Wednesday, you guys, 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time for about 30 minutes or so on our Instagram. So go over there and follow us. And we will make sure you subscribe to your YouTube channel and follow you back on IG as well. For this live stream, we pretty much talk about the same topic that we talk about on our podcast and radio show, which are covering domestic violence awareness all month, you guys. And we almost missed it. We were like, we were scrolling on TikTok when we saw somebody post a video, and then we went and looked it up. We were like, oh, snap. Oh, man. Can't miss that. That's important to us. We got to make people aware. Got to. So go over there, you guys, and follow us. And we'll make sure we follow you back. We hope you guys can come through and hang out with us. Of course, you can also go and follow us on our LinkedIn, X, formerly known as Twitter, Queen Mimi, our Twitch, Queen Candy 85. You can go over on our TikTok, you guys, and follow us over there as well. What we decide to do with our TikTok, we're going to start our live stream January of next year, you guys. So we're just going to keep that bug in your ear as well. January 2025, we're going to start doing our live stream over on TikTok, 10 p.m. Central Standard Time, you guys. So just so y'all know that. And of course, last but not least, you can follow us over on our Clubhouse. We will make sure we follow you back as well. Basically, we do the repeat of the Queen Mimi Podcast and the Queen Mimi Radio Show every Wednesday at 10 p.m. So you guys can come over there for those that missed the live stream, and you can check out the repeat of those shows as well. 10 p.m. Central Standard Time, you guys. So we're going to go ahead and get out of here, you guys. Like we said, we got to wash his hair. We got to get out here and get to work. But you guys stay safe. Take care of yourself. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday. And remember, your life matters. You are not a mistake. It's not your fault. No, you do not deserve it. Leave. Whatever plans you got to make, you got to do it in silence. Leave. Nobody should ever have to endure that. It is not your fault under any circumstance. Whatever moves you got to make, you got to do it in silence. Make sure they don't know. If you're able to tell them straight up, do that. But if not, move in silence and get out. You have one life. Do you really want to live it being abused? Just saying. Treat it like a doormat, like a slave, like you're unworthy, and then just be discarded. You know you got more worth in you than that. We had to realize that. It's in you. Stop looking for it from other people. It's already in you. And to the people that do that, shame. Get some help, get some counseling. To the person that's in doing it, you can get some help and get some counseling. You are not alone. You absolutely are not. So with all that being said, you guys, we're going to go ahead and play one more track for y'all. We're going to go ahead and get out of here. Like we said, you guys enjoy the rest of your Sunday. Stay safe. Take care of yourself. And we'll talk to you guys Tuesday on the Queen Mimi Radio Show. And you guys can go over and subscribe to our YouTube channel over there as well, which we will be live 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, you guys, talking about the same topic, domestic violence awareness. Gonna do it a little different though. But y'all come over there and check us out as well on all our platforms we just gave y'all. Enjoy the rest of y'all day, and we will talk to y'all Tuesday. Y'all have a good one.